Chansa.
shouRRed. What a one. She was saying, I was telling her that our podcast is about change and like Tongo Nama stories. And so she was talking about this and then she found no, you need to tell us on the podcast. Like the
Chabi.
Chabi.
She actually came and she wanted to be on a show. But Paka we had recorded the previous day.
Oh.
Remember I told you that there's a before Maggie that there's a lady who wants to come on the show.
Okay, oh, she's the lady.
I mean, I'm being called a lady, y'all.
Yes, sir, yeah.
For the sake of the podcast, otherwise you are with him.
I am within. I have entered the chat.
Yes, you are within.
The lady is in.
We have Tabby, so guys, you can
Lady
see her.
Tabby.
For those watching by YouTube, you can see her on camera, but then you can hear her speak.
Yes, I am here in the background. Lady Tabaso is in the house. Hello.
Nala.
Yeah.
What were we discussing? I forgot.
Well, I think you were talking about issue pregnancy. Kitty, you took my pictures.
Oh, in the sense that in like I feel like a lot of things are changing in like our world, right? Like our generations. Except that thing of like shunning someone who gets pregnant, but like still like the guy doesn't get shunned, hey?
That's true.
But the woman, it's like you lose your value in society, so to speak.
You lose
It's
your
like
social standing.
Yeah, you lose your social standing. People treat you like you're invalid, if that makes sense, because you don't have a ring. So it's more like if girls get pregnant, that's why because have you ever wondered why there's such a high rate of abortion, but and a high rate of divorce, but an actual low rate of like successful marriages?
Why?
Because girls if you get pregnant, you're supposed to get married to the person who impregnates you or to somebody.
Even if you guys are not compatible.
Even if you're
The
just supposed
society
to
will
marry.
look at you, Kunge, you've been used.
Yes,
As
'cause-
if both of you were not in the act.
They will label you
they'll
as,
label you as
cheap.
You are the bad guy. You get what I'm saying? The guy gets away with it. He
He moves on and starts a new
No,
life.
but you see, yes, like I like what you said just now. It's in the upbringing.
It's not.
It is. Wait. Generally,
Elaborate.
generally. When I remember I worked in a school.
Okay.
Girls were expected to do
Better.
all these things.
This,
Okay.
this.
At 12, a girl needs to know how to cook, how to do, how to.
Yeah.
At 12, a boy just needs to know how to play.
Yeah.
Ish.
Yeah.
Oh,
Women are actually-
environment.
So it's like I'll give you an example. Women are generally more responsible than guys at a certain age. At 16, if we take a 16-year-old boy and a 16-year-old girl, the girl is probably more responsible.
Because we're raised
Because
to be
it's like girls have
are
been
brought up to be
which
that.
are like
Unokura uchitodzidzisa unoti
It goes a long way, hey. Because now you're looking, it doesn't end at a certain age. You even have households or marriages where the husband so believes that his responsibility is just to bring money.
No, because
everything else is handled by the woman to say, you know, I don't bother
Chichi in
me.
the building.
I gave you the money.
Truth.
Anything you need, just ask me. I give you the money.
No,
so their
'cause-
job is just bring the money. Everything else.
They
is
don't
just on
have
you.
to do anything.
Yeah, 'cause
that's
you
what
know how-
society
have to
told us.
participate.
Kuti ndo zviri kufanira
no, and
kuita.
pakudzidzisiwa kwedu
Upbringing,
right
exactly,
now,
yeah.
not even kumbodu upbringing, right? Right now, at our grown ages, musikana akuenda unoroorwa. Hanti, what did they teach her?
to take care of a nigga.
Murume mwana.
Zishawa
Ndozvavanotaura. Murume mwana. That's what they say.
What is the guy
Oh, that's
doing?
what they tell these.
Yeah,
That's
tell
what they.
you.
What is
And
the
the
guy being
and the mskana not to sit so
You know, I wanted to ask you the same, ask the same question. That
They're
they are,
not guys' showers.
bread or shower
It's a
bridal
bridal
For
shower.
women.
For
Yes.
women.
who's teaching the guys?
No one.
In as much as the
No
woman,
one. Guys are teaching each other kubawa.
in as much as
And wherever you guys hang out is where you are teaching each other the nonsense, which you are normalizing the trashiest behavior
Chibaranzi.
because we are big.
Chibambe.
And it's
Because-
not frowned upon.
No, because
Yeah.
Celebrated.
No, here's the worst thing. I feel like before the generation they were respectful of the bullshit. The bullshit was very low key. You remember
It
how we
was
were talking
low-key,
about it
exactly.
before? Like the bullshit has always existed, eh?
It's always
But
been
it was very
It was never
respected.
publicized.
Are we
Yes,
saying that we
right.
come from a bullshit people?
Right.
Kugarirabana.
You remember we talked
We do.
about this?
Exactly.
But then now,
Kugarirabana.
our generation is publicizing some things. But then in publicizing certain things, it then brings out certain topics, right?
Okay.
For example, we've always grown up, not even just anybody, even me. We grow up shunning single mothers. Have you ever noticed that?
Same here.
Someone
Exactly where I
who's-
come from.
Possibly.
Someone
If you
who's
don't, then you can
divorced,
come to-
someone who's single, and she's not married. She's shunned, and ukamuvunza kuti how come, what happened?
You can come this side.
Akati,
Mike.
yeah, but
Reka
Akati,
said-
yeah, but I got
sitting
pregnant. It automatically becomes
Yeah, for Mike. I forgot to pick up my juice. Sorry. You can continue.
no, it's okay. It's okay.
Uh,
No, I'm saying like we've grown up shunning single mothers, right? If you ask her, how did you get pregnant? What? It's never. Also, this guy never took responsibility. Also, it's never. Actually, Panem I read somewhere on Twitter where this girl said, "Kuti kwanzi, you guys curse." You know how we say, "Kuti if let's say a guy does something wrong to a girl, zvinozotevera mwana wake." Do you get what I'm saying? This girl tweeted akabati, how come in our society you people curse someone's child, an innocent person? You're not cursing the man. Nobody ever just curses the man. Nobody gives
And holds them
responsibility
responsible
to
for
the
what
man.
they
Because
did.
what you're gonna be cursed for your fuck shit. Do you get what I'm saying? No, nobody does that. Everybody just because of zunzanoita iye. Hapana mnanomboti munhu uyu zvaanoita zvakashata, he's gonna be cursed. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. Exactly. So it's the same thing as we've never asked. I think if you sat down with a lot of single mothers, sit them, lately it's like your eyes open, you sit them down and you ask them for their side of the story.
Yes.
That's when you then hear the real truth. But then because guys can get away with shit, they get away with anything.
With being shitty people, shitty
And nobody
behaviors.
has questions for the person who's actually going through it.
You're not
Nobody
even supposed
asks
to speak
it.
about it.
Yeah, you're not allowed to speak about it. Because I remember when I then posted my pregnancy, I was told, delete it. Zvinonyadzisa. It's
Oh my
embarrassing.
God.
Females or males who were saying this.
No, females.
Females are top of
Females, delete it. It's embarrassing. You're embarrassing yourself. Now the whole world is gonna know that you're not married and you are having sex. Now then I realized it's because also the girls, us women, we are the biggest liars in society. We say men are liars, but women
Are the biggest
liars. Because girls,
Yeah,
you're supposed to be
shame.
a virgin. You're supposed to not have any sexual experience. You're supposed to be,
Which was brand new.
yeah. But you're supposed to get it. You're supposed for someone to marry you. You're supposed to be,
Like pure.
pure. So we're liars. We're the biggest liars. So for someone who embraces it, wow, would it? Because you are embracing
Exactly.
that this is
Yeah,
happening
yeah.
to me. I mean, I didn't make a baby by myself, but I'm the
Nigga,
host.
someone's seed was swimming like this.
Pakita ure wani manje.
Ehe,
Oh,
ure.
yes.
But then Muna numburisa. No, he's respectable in society. He can
Very
go and walk
respectable.
around.
Yes, he can go and even remarry and no one will say
No one
anything
says
about
anything
it.
about him.
It's just like how it's easier, not easier, but it's difficult kuti single mother arorwe futi than murume ane mwana kudhara kuti arore.
Arore foot.
Exactly.
Yeah, because a single mom, it's like, how come the other nigga didn't want you?
Exactly.
So what should be the new conversation?
I feel like the new conversation is women are supposed to be, you're supposed to be allowed to speak. You know, a lot of single mothers out there, and not even single mothers, divorced women. A lot of women cannot leave marriages because they're scared that society is going to shun them. Munano fira mumba achirowa, achichitwa. There's this woman that I know. They've got 3 kids. But I don't think I've ever seen one time where the husband is actually just at home. Just kungoti muna noenda kumba.
Champions League.
Kana kutomboti anotombospenda time nevana vake. Kana kuti maybe you know how I've seen this in TV. Kuti a father will actually go out, give the mom a rest day. Kuti you know, today is your day out. You go out.
And he goes out with the kids.
It goes out with the kids.
No. And if you've ever noticed, African children in families, African children, well, even if you see them out on a family day with the mom and the dad, who are the kids talking to the most?
The mom.
Because they don't even know who their dad is.
They don't even.
They don't know him. They're not comfortable with him.
Because he's never around.
That's
and
the
when
thing.
he's around, he has this aura.
But look at this.
You know what? The thing, Chiruraya, most of you, is as men, is all you have to bring to the table is money.
Yeah.
You
I
are
like
empty.
what you just said.
You're empty.
Chichi,
Huh?
please speak up. We can't hear you.
I said we are glorifying the wrong things, and
Okay.
we're taking pride in glorifying the wrong things.
Okay.
The man, for example, I'll give you a typical statement. Varume ndo shouRRed.
Yes.
And we have glorified it and we've accepted it, and they take pride in it. Ndo zvatiri tinoura. They
Yes.
take pride in it. That's one.
Because I'm
But the
supposed to
woman
be
now-
forgiven. Do you know that
But the
statement
woman-
that went around? The statement that went around Yeguti Kwanzi. It's a meme. It's a very famous meme. Yeguti. So my sister, you are living one place where it rains, thinking you're gonna go somewhere else that it,
Thank you.
Kwanzi, there's nowhere that it doesn't rain.
That's
It rains
glorified and
everywhere.
people take pride in it.
'Cause
That's-
but
that's
who
for the
wrote
guys.
that meme?
But that's for the guys.
No, but
For the
it's a
women
man
now.
who wrote that meme.
Obviously,
Yeah.
Men who say things that justify certain behaviors. Now for the women, it's sad for the women, because if you're the one who is violated and you're quiet, you are abused and you're quiet, you're not loved and you're quiet, you are deemed as the strong African woman.
Yes.
You see what I was
So-
telling you today in the morning?
And you're
Behaviors are
respected for
glorified.
it.
But
And
why are you
take
being
pride-
respected?
You take pride in being strong.
And
yet
being,
you're being
and that's what you
constantly
said in the
violated.
morning.
I-
I'm so tired of women forever
Yeah.
claiming
So
that
Wait,
they
I'm a
are
strong
very
woman. You don't
strong.
have to say
That's
I'm a
not
strong
being
woman.
But it's a bad
Why?
thing because you're the mother figure to your daughter. She's going to copy the same thing you're
Exactly.
doing.
I was
you.
getting there.
She'll go and get married
No,
to
no,
someone
not
who's
just your daughter,
Yes.
not just your daughter, your son.
Your son is going to be that abusive guy.
Exactly.
No,
who tells his
no,
woman
he
to
won't
strong.
be
Your
abusive.
son-
He's most probably you know, there are also men that are abused out there
By women.
By women.
Yes.
Because there's a woman who comes from a background where she's watched some nonsense, right? So in her head, she's not getting attached to anyone.
can't take it.
I
I
want to
don't
be
know how
there
far
to
true
give
that
someone
statement
sunfire.
is, a man who look for a woman who has certain similar traits to
The
his
mother.
mom. And for the woman it's the same. So if the mom is someone who's always being abused, who's very submissive to the point that she doesn't even know herself, I wouldn't even call that submissive. So I call submission where you have an option to do something else, but you choose not to.
That's
not by
submission.
force.
You don't do it by
If
force, you
your
do it
husband
voluntarily.
says,
That's wrestling.
I need you to be here on Friday. And I can say no because I've got a business meeting. He's not telling me that you have to. I can
have
tell
to
him no.
Yeah.
But I'm the one who chooses to say,
Baby, I have a business meeting. Cannot you write
to say I know I'll be there. It's
Not
a
because
choice.
Rukuchka.
And submission, I have to submit to something. I cannot submit to
Mediocre.
poverty. I cannot submit to an empty mind. I cannot submit to someone who's not a leader. That's not. What am I submitting to?
Yes,
Rubbish.
you have to
Who
submit to
submits
something.
rubbish? If
So
you
I don't know,
submit to
doesn't
rubbish-
No, and
Well,
why?
no, no, no,
Have you
submit,
ever asked ourselves why it's so? Because men have this thing. You have to submit to me. Why am I supposed to submit to you?
Give me a reason.
No, not even give me a reason. Why am I so? Why,
very-
if you feel like I'm very dominant, why don't you submit to me and teach me submission? Why can't you?
but-
Why can't it be? Because I've grown up independent as hell. I've been taught kuti sisi work, right? Like I there's no bone in my body that allows me to sit and be like and wait for handouts. Do you get what I'm saying? Even if a man wants me to be a housewife, I'm going to suffer. But not because he's not doing everything, but because andina the bone. I want to be doing something. I want
But
to be busy.
submission
I
goes
want to be
beyond the material stuff.
no, but it's for me to then be able to submit, right? I need to feel like you get me.
If you
I
love
need to
me
feel like you
enough,
get me.
I don't care how. For a woman, I'll tell you this: it doesn't matter how independent you've been. If you are loved enough,
That's what I'm saying.
You will
you
submit.
willingly submit.
Yes.
No, but that's what I'm saying. But I need to.
Voluntarily, yes.
You're not even
Yes, no, but that's what I'm saying, Chet. That's what I'm saying.
But we're not getting men who deliver
That's
that
why
love.
men
Are not
don't get it.
submitting, but
They
then
want
they don't
Before
love.
they love.
First, before
Yes,
they
before
love.
anything else.
We don't work in
You know,
reverse.
I'll give you an example. I think this is probably one of the podcasts where, as men, we are listening.
Yeah.
Exactly.
As men, we are listening.
Yeah, not being like
In a normal setting where men don't listen, you get what I'm saying?
Hakuna shu
So
zvakadaro.
guys,
Nyama dzako iwe.
atombodunza conversation what I'm
Yes,
saying?
yes. I don't believe.
Right. I'm trying to remember, man. I'm trying to remember what I spoke to you about this. The GT women are the most powerful. Okay, yes.
It was me, definitely.
Listen, women are the most powerful.
Today's topics.
Are the most powerful people on earth, right?
Face.
And it was tarnished at creation,
Silly.
right?
Sorry.
So God, in His full being, as God,
Someone's opinion.
He made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days. He made all of these things. Honey. Then He made Adam. And what did He say?
He needs a helper.
Yeah, but I got it's not good. The
it's
only
not
thing,
good.
the
Yeah,
only
yeah.
thing that God made
That
that
needed
was
a man.
that was not good
Was
was
a
a man.
man.
What was the correction?
A woman.
A woman. And then the woman became. Women brought sense to life. If it was a sentence, it was the full stop. Like, do you get what I'm saying? Kutikana, like there's no meaning here in this sentence,
there, but
but
it's-
full stop
it has no
imagine.
purpose.
So it's like women brought this, like it was like the cherry on top of the cake.
Right?
So women became this amazing thing. Because remember, they aganzirara Adam tagadzira right. Let's continue.
Yeah.
Then guess what happened? The enemy, who did they attack?
The
The
woman.
woman.
The woman. Why? Because she's the highest level of
She's
creation.
the one that brings the sin.
So if you in anything, if the highest level of creation is the roof, if I attack the roof, chinjato shate.
Shato shata. And those
And
are
then
the
guess what?
roofing ichidura kupfuura
The
everything else.
foundation.
So
Yeah.
so the enemy attacked Eve. Right? And out of anger and bitterness, right? The men have open chinyor story. Could Eve get us say? Where were you, Adam?
Because the
Cheaters
enemy
and
knew if
cheaters.
you
Where were you?
The enemy knew Kuti, the easiest way to attack a woman is to create separation, division.
It you know what? Yeah, I get
So-
what
so-
you're
so
saying.
again, so the guy wrote the story
when the woman
out of
was
bitterness.
attacked,
Women.
Yeah.
I was okay before. She was the one.
it
She was the
wasn't
problem.
a
She was
story
the
to
problem.
say the devil attacked the weakest link. No, he
No.
attacked the strongest
Link.
Yes, but he
And
only
then
attacked
Dave,
The
this
story
angry
was
guy.
written to seem like No, he attacked the weaker one, the
Chabiso.
woman.
Yeah, and when he was asked, the woman gave me.
He
He blamed it.
But then the
He
devil
blamed
went
it.
for the stronger one to know if I attack the weak link, the stronger one is going to come and reverse everything.
and
So let me go attack the head. Even if you're killing something, you want to make sure it's dead. What you go for?
You shoot straight for the head.
and
Yeah.
in this situation, until people actually read that Bible properly,
Yeah, it makes sense now.
Eve
It does.
was the most powerful, most elaborate being on earth. No man can take 9 months, bruh.
No.
Look, I'll give you 2 days in this house. It will change.
That's very true. That's what I was.
But it's just like, okay, you guys got here. My bed was in a mess. For the whole week. But someone will just come in.
No, but
Fine touch.
but look at this.
Fine time.
You know, after saying all these stories, I've noticed one thing.
What?
We are all products of our environments.
Mm-hmm.
And as, let's say, African Zimbabwean men, even us who grew up in ghetto,
Yes.
and the chicks as well. You know, I know people, I feel like people misinterpreted the Bible, but what comes is the man is the head of the house. Akunonzi being the head of the house means you are above, you are not equal to this person. But then Varumen Baba, you come with pay, you give the wife, she stays at home and does everything. And now, and as we were growing up, we were told it was a good mukadzi, anuita single mom, ihure, or stuff like that. And men were asking a question. But now, manji, it's just our generation, like the millennials. I feel like we're the people who can reverse this.
Okay.
Like for the next year, because if you've noticed since 2011, like I don't really want to get into the Me Too movement thing, but if you've noticed, it's kind of correcting these things. To an extent, women now are independent enough to say, no, I can be a single mom. You will never know
In person,
And as much as
that
you're
type
saying
of
I'm
thing,
not 2000,
I can also work in an
they're
industry.
not
I can do
necessarily-
the
I
same
can
thing.
do this. I can do what
they
you
are
can
speaking
do.
out.
And that comes from
No, they
you being
really are.
you being
They really
independent.
are.
Yeah. You
Enough.
being independent comes from you don't care what the society is going to say.
No, you
don't
care.
care what people.
No.
Everyone cares, yes, but then you have to reach this point, like Karl Marx was saying, that you have to break through that barrier. If you accept change and you break through that barrier, okay,
You don't
I don't
care.
care.
You
Exactly.
don't care. A person who has realized what matters to them. It's
To
like
them the most,
ukawona bete,
exactly.
richikutandanisa iwo. You don't care. Awuvhunduki. But ndikaona a snake, guys. No jump at jura unjenda wandiri kuenda.
No, you know
You
why?
actually don't
You have to
care
break
about
through that
certain
glass.
opinions
No, you know
because
why I'm
know where
saying
you
Imagine if
don't
someone
care.
comes and say, "Why are you wearing a crop top?" and you're like, "What the fuck?" I feel comfortable.
Yeah,
in
that's
this
what I
whole
wanna
body.
wear.
You don't care anymore.
No, you know why I'm saying
don't
like,
have to be
to a
defensive.
large extent. Everybody cares, right?
Yeah,
Because at the end of the day, if somebody, because it's usually the people closest to us that have an opinion, right?
Yeah.
That's the one thing that you really care about the most. So caring, we care, but then it's about what you find important,
Yeah.
right? Like what's your value? What do you hold
Okay.
valuable? Like what is important to you? I feel like genuinely for me,
What
that's
are your
what.
principles?
Yeah, that's exactly.
But
That's,
principles come later. Have you ever noticed one thing?
no, it's also just your value. Because for me, that's what made me be able to stand on my own 2 feet and be like, you know what, I have a voice, and my voice is important. Whether somebody else is against me, whether my family, whether what. It's not even about them. It's about me, my voice, and
That's
it's
exactly
about
what I'm
my
saying.
own story, because everybody else is going to have an opinion. People are very sensitive. Nobody actually comes and asks
Exactly.
you, like, so you're pregnant but you're not married. Nobody asks you. Nobody.
You
You
just see
tell them.
sometimes with the way you're treated.
Yeah.
Kuti, this is how
Even
what
the way they
think
speak
of
to
me.
you,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
You
Right?
say, Kuti, also, where's your husband? Are you assuming I have one? That's an
That's the
assumption.
thing.
Oh, who is he? Oh,
Yes.
you didn't come with it. Who told you I had one in the
And
first place?
it's
It's
because
an
yesterday, remember that woman yesterday was like to me, my ningi, I don't know what she said. She's like, Mrs. something. Then I was like, and this is Mrs. Right? But you automatically
Those
assume
assumptions.
there's a Mrs. because there's a
Because there's a
belly.
pregnancy.
But if there isn't, I'm a bitch. because I'm also embracing it.
Are you like seeing fire? Like
No.
are you catching
good,
flag?
good question.
The thing is,
No,
Fire emoji.
considering
thing
that
is-
she's someone who doesn't care that much.
no, you know what?
Yeah.
I did face fire. I did face fire from the people closest to me, my family. I think that
Always
is
those close to you.
yes, and that is like the one part of life you can't run away from them,
Yeah.
and their
It's
opinions
all like-
matter exactly.
What
they
you're saying
matter
that
the
it
most.
matters. It cannot be. You can have 1,000 comments from the streets and
Yeah.
one from a family
Ah,
member.
totally.
That one from the family member
More.
will make you see flames.
But you know,
Yeah, because your family members are the ones that either determine if you're gonna make it through a tough period or if you're gonna break. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's like one of those things where for me, I had like 50-50. I had this strong knit group of friends who are like praying, and they're like, "You're good." Do you get what I'm saying? Then I've got my siblings who are like, "You're good," right? So even when my parents were, but you're not married, then I'm like, yeah, because I love the wrong man. And it's like, yeah, but how do you love the wrong man to this extent? And I'm like, I loved him.
It's now more like he's the
Do you get
wrong
what I'm
one.
saying?
We don't
So it's
care,
like,
just
why
that
doesn't he want
you're
you?
pregnant now,
Right?
so you have
Because
to marry
in
that person.
my situation, there wasn't just me. There was other people, other women, right? And he had to pick. There was any miny more, and he
No
had to
one's
pick.
talking about the
right?
guy.
But nobody literally then said, no, but you're heartbroken and you're pregnant. No one. It was just a matter of, why doesn't he want you?
What's wrong with,
With
you?
you.
There's nothing wrong with me, guys.
Exactly. And yeah, that was the
What's
worst
wrong
part.
with you?
That was my line of fire. In the sense,
Despite
yeah,
him
Kuti,
having other chicks, of those other chicks, of those mistakes, if we put them like that he made, why did he not pick you?
yes.
So
like, why are
you
you
start
the-
looking at yourself like, what's wrong with me? And
Exactly.
There's nothing
Of which
wrong
it's
with you.
it's never a situation of there's something wrong with you. There's something wrong with him,
With the guy
not
who is,
you.
I don't know
It's
how
never
many
my
other
problem that
people.
someone is the way
Yeah,
they
because
are.
in my instance, like, nobody asked. You don't know what the conversation we never had was, how does one person have many different people pregnant at the same
Yes,
time?
does it
right?
make sense? Like why?
It's not about
Just
why
leave
did
them.
you
No,
not-
no, but Kundi, listen. In the generation that we're living, right? We know their STDs. We know their STIs, right?
There's
I
AIDS.
don't even. There's AIDS. I don't even know. Like, it's like
There's
it's like
gonorrhea.
it's not a conversation that people have on
No,
rape.
people don't
right?
talk about that.
No, I'm saying it's not a conversation that people have on rape. But I feel like having unprotected sex with different people who don't know that you're having unprotected
Yeah.
sex
That's
with different
Multiple people.
it's low-key rape.
Yeah.
Because
bro.
it is. Because
All I know
I
is
don't
it
know.
can
Because
land
you're
you in jail.
lying.
Yeah.
No, you're lying to me. You're lying. If you're being honest about it, it's a different topic. But you're not. I don't know that you're having. Like, there's no way in hell, in my right mind, I am going to willingly give my body over to
when
someone
I know
who is
Kundi is sleeping
who's
with Chi-Chi
irresponsible
and
if
Tabi,
who's
so
irresponsible
exactly.
like that. You
Yeah.
understand? I'm not gonna do that. But because it's a topic that we're just not allowed to talk about. It's like
men are
it's
allowed
not.
to do so.
Yes.
You have to be the one he picks out of the nonsense that he does.
And people celebrate it kuti vasikana 5 ndiye azochuziwa.
Like,
Eh,
They're to
what's the
celebrate.
prize
But
there?
look at
What-
this.
What's the
Look
prize?
at this, coming back to my point. I like what she said. Kuti, she gets to a point here, Kuti, it's her life. Like, okay, I always give an example of the Marxist theories.
Exactly.
Because he says it's survival of the fittest. You come first, and then everyone else and everything else comes later.
Comes after.
And I noticed that some women are actually doing that these days because they don't care. And there's nothing that intimidates a man who grew up in a setting like mine. As a woman who's independent, I know that, no, it's my life. I want to do it like this. You don't tell me what to do.
I'm going high, Kate.
If you've not, look at even the people, let's say people who are prostitutes, that's what they believe in. And there are people who do some other things which the society might say, is it whatever. The moment she says, no, I don't care, it's my life, I'm going to be this prostitute,
What
I
was
bought this
my
house
way?
in
No,
the and whatever.
prostitute and the
Vanusika
regular
pakita
guy are the
kakum
same.
accept so. There are people who want to accept. Kana vachimutaura vanomutaura vari vega vakawanda.
Asi havamuudzi upright. Exactly.
They don't tell them upright because they know kuti munhu ari strong enough zvekuti ndikamuudza ndini
And the thing I know is also being able to say your story and be proud of it.
And be proud, exactly.
Because
Own
you
it.
know, you because I feel like it's one thing to like, because it's society, our society kills voices, eh? We're talented in killing a voice. Someone who, okay, I'll give
People
you an example.
close to you.
Yes, I'll give you an example of Kundi, right? You know, you've had to manifest certain things, and you've had to speak on certain things, and I mean, I'm your friend, but there's sometimes where even you'll be like, but this guy is just going on about it, but it's never going to happen. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But then you know what you're talking about, and you believe it so much.
Own it.
And then in the end, it's like when someone then looks back at you, it's like, oh my God, he spoke about
He used to
this.
say this.
He used to say this and now it's
Do you know what I'm saying?
materialized. Yes.
Yes, but if we kill, how many people were not strong enough to be you?
Oh yes.
How many people in our society are not? Our generation is so full of depressed people. Why?
Yeah. Because
Why?
they never acted on it.
No, because none of them are happy with what they're doing. No one is actually genuinely happy. We're all doing something to survive. Because
Thank
and something that people will be
you.
proud of. There are jobs that are deemed respectable.
Exactly.
Then there are jobs that are deemed
Exactly. I remember.
What a chicken in?
Do you get what I'm saying?
What a chicken in?
Because do you know there's this guy that I met, and then he does zunuje I know it's a jeku gezera van imbwa
Oh.
my dogs.
Yeah.
But when you meet him and you're discussing in Mahagarava, and one of you is a chartered accountant, one of you is a doctor, one of you is a lawyer, and I watch dogs.
I know Shuggaa in
Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah, I watch dogs.
And the way we say it.
Do you get what I'm saying? He's a
Mockery,
dog
full
watcher.
of mockery.
Do you get what I'm
Like,
saying?
who does that?
We are not suka imbwa.
I
I
see
see
Yeah,
yeah, mindset. Was at the end of the day.
No,
That's society.
No,
That's
but
what society is doing.
Hey,
But
here's
doctor
the-
alikuwa na minimum wage. He's getting
yeah.
paid more than the doctor.
that's the
maybe.
thing. No, look at him more than. Dude, he's sitting here and he makes $400-500 in a
He's
day.
dealing with the
Exactly.
CA.
Do you get what I'm saying? And
with
he's
the
sitting with a chartered accountant who
Right.
goes to work
Yes.
every day.
and
And
gets
300.
300 kapera
But
kwemene.
they're acting around.
But then kana makagara, makamtarisa.
You all look
Sounds like-
happy and well, like you've achieved.
You know, you not concerned, but yes, exactly. We pretend
We have a
to be happy.
pinnacle of
And
success.
yes, and you use these titles.
Lura
I'm a
Chisa.
chartered accountant. You walk into a place
Lura
and you're a chartered accountant. You know what I was telling you about how everybody in Zimbabwe, like I don't ask people what they're doing with their.
Because
like,
everyone is
I know what you're
touchy-feely
saying.
about
Because-
it.
Yeah, because everybody pretends. Someone will tell you something that you want to hear, not the
But it's
actual
not what's
truth.
really happening.
Exactly. But then, because Munano Suka Imbo, he literally washes dogs. But when we go out and when we eat and
He's
whatever,
popping.
no, he's the one who pays.
Because it's making
Because
a lot
he's
of
the
money.
one who's got the money.
Who's
So-
got the money.
Yeah, so now we've learned to actually
I don't
like.
even
That's
Embrace
what
it.
taught me to respect every single person.
That's very true. Because we're living in a society whereby you
So
have
neighbor.
to be working, you have to. I remember someone was asking me, I was telling them, Ash, ndanetsa nekugara zvanzi. Complain about ndanetsa nekugara when you're the one who resigned. How do you resign when you're earning money? I was like, the environment was toxic.
It's simple as that.
It's simple as that. I don't need to explain myself. I didn't like it. It was toxic for me. I left. Saka, why are you complaining? I'm not complaining.
So I'm not supposed to.
No,
say
you're
what
supposed to
I
talk
want.
about
No,
my-
you're not allowed. You're not
You're not
allowed.
allowed.
You're not
Really.
allowed.
You're not supposed to
own
make
being
noise.
depressed.
You're not supposed to own it.
Guess what she if I'm going marry her.
No, because Anzi, how are you? How are you
Yeah,
complaining?
people say that. People say
Uri
that.
kukomplaina chiantu wakasiya basa. I'm like, guys, that environment was toxic. It was not conducive for me. So am I supposed to suck it up and be like, no, it's okay because ndikukhora mZimbabwe mabasa ari kunetsa. Saka at least I have a job.
Yeah.
We have this mentality of, at least I have a job. It doesn't matter what I'm doing.
But it's also not us. It's also our parents.
Yes.
Our mothers. You know what? One thing, I love my mom. I love my mom so much. I love her so much. I love her to the end of the world.
Amen.
But
Bless her
some of
heart.
the things she says, you can. I remember this one time, me and my siblings were like, "But Mama, you are toxic." No, not even not in a bad way.
Yeah,
but
in a
because
good
it's like-
way. Yes.
No, it's what she knows.
No, they're too old school. They're like baby boomers.
That's what they were taught.
They don't come from the
Yeah,
same
and
world
that's
as
what
us.
they-
That's what
like-
they have.
But still, guys, bringing us back to where we started. I wanted to bring up the issue here. I'm a 2000.
Okay.
I had a
Gen
certain,
Z,
I had a
right?
certain opinion when we started, but I kind of had another view along the way to
Okay.
say our mothers, for most of them, but you don't know the damage you're doing to the child, because if you as a parent are unhappy, you subconsciously transfer that to your child, not
Settle.
voluntarily, right? Because you're facing so much. So when we're talking
And they
about
forget
that,
to
yeah,
take Chiona.
when we're talking about that, I thought that
We're not
maybe
blind.
that's the reason why the kids that are there now, I was thinking more like they're the ones that are going to be cheating because that's what they're seeing. But it's more like they're rebelling against that now. They're standing up to that. Because we
Some
probably
of
grew
them.
up tichirerwa nevanhu vari unhappy, tichirerwa nevanhu vari depressed, tichirerwa
Very bitter.
vari kutorwara nepfungwa.
Very bitter. That's
Literally.
very true.
You're someone who's brought up in a happy home and someone who's brought up in
Survival.
in a suppressed
Environment.
Yeah.
environment are two different people. But
They
there
operate
are always
differently.
two sides to the coin.
It's true.
At first, I thought that child is also going to be depressed and all that. That's one side to it. The other side could possibly be what we're seeing now with the 2000s rebellion. Kuti, but no, Shaka, they're speaking up. Kuti, you're saying I should get married just because of this. For what?
Why am I doing
You're
it?
saying I should do this for the guy. And the kids, you can see, Kuti, in some homes, the father is just sitting. No matter how sick the mother is, she does everything.
Why?
You see that the children follow suit kuti ndozvaachanoita kumba kwake, or the child is going to rebel kuti no ka but mudhara ungangogare kana
Zvausko not moves.
no.
So in other words, the kids are saying Mara Yako.
But you see, that's why I support
Yeah,
these
so
kids.
the 2000s,
I'm always on their side.
rebellion yegeneration
Gen
yakavarere yekuti most of it, like 80%, it's unhappy homes vakagarira vana, but you're bringing up your kids in a toxic environment and they're rebelling.
So they're
They're
saying,
speaking out to saying,
she married.
we are doing us. This is what I want.
This is who
If
I
you
want
do
to
what you
be.
want in an environment where someone is watching you, to say, I'll give a very controversial
Example.
example. Let's say modeling for the female. Mwana msikana I want to be a model. The first thing that comes to mind is kushama.
Kushama and namwana
Oh, yeah.
nocha
And
chihure,
namwana
pamba pamba.
chihure.
Yes.
But imagine that child, if they're adamant, if they're hard-headed, they're just gonna go ahead and do it without your support. But imagine them doing it with your support, with
They'll
your
go
monitoring,
places.
with your
They'll go
guidance to say,
places.
okay, you
Those are
want
what
to be
choosing.
in a swimsuit, I will be there watching. I will be there doing A, B, C, D.
I will help
Do
You
you.
know
Yes.
exactly what
Hakuna
you're
sithi
saying.
tinokunda
Exactly what you're
support.
saying. That same example that you gave. It's my young sister. She's been a fitness bunny, and all of us were like, unosikepi plus ona mapicture auri kutora unenge
Wakashama,
wakashama
chichi,
and then she moved from being fitness, she moved to modeling, right? And for her it was about her self-esteem. She grew up big and she was trying to own her body. Okay, this is where I'm at now. And none of us, like the way you're saying it, me as the big sister, me, I was there. Asha, what do people say? Blah 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 blah. But she only then started thriving when we started supporting her. instead of like, you know,
diminishing her
diminishing her
vision.
light. Yes, because I remember this one time, me being me and my judgy self, but I was like, you know, atingoenda itongono supporta okumiss uya chona yari kumodela takatoenda takatomubatsira kupfeka and stuff like that, and then she won. She didn't win like an important award, but she won
did
something.
win something.
And
Miss
she cried.
Personality.
You could tell she was so happy about it. Like
She had a family there to watch her with.
yes,
It's
and
different
then
when it
Celebrate
it's
the wins
changed.
with her.
Yeah, it changed, like all of us. From that day, we started trying whatever we could to support, and it made such a big difference. So yeah, I actually agree with you, Chits.
You know, one of the biggest problems in life
Family.
is whenever we get advice, kazhinji kacho, we are projecting our fears onto someone.
Someone else.
So
Yeah.
Chabiso, you wanna do massaging. Tabika, because you need to kufunga. In my mind.
Yes, because I remember for me that profession, my mom was like, she's not gonna marry. This.
naye kana uchita zvakati, hey, take it down. It's not, you're not
And
you're afraid of
ukubata
you
vanhu.
being us. Just like me, for example, my sister, she's Miss Ecotourism right now, right? And let's say she's doing her modeling, and I'm not supporting it. If I say Sia is one it's not to you. I don't have an answer to give them. Like what Kundi said, we're projecting our fears onto them. But in ndikavhunzwa nemunhu ane mindset iri against what we have as a family or what my sister has. Ndomuti chi. Sister yako yakuita zvemodeling zvekushama. Honestly, I don't know what to
Yeah, you don't want to be the person to say,
I don't want to be the
Ameno.
one saying that. So if we project those fears of ourselves onto them, not
And-
it's really about them. It's
yeah,
about
It's about
us.
Inini family.
And what she said,
What
that
do people say?
when someone, when it's your sibling, and then someone when you're so against it, someone asks you and you're like, I don't wait, I was as I
Yeah,
know.
you're
must
now
not support,
pushing
Yes,
it to them instead of defending. Yeah,
and then that already the next person when they realize, Kuti, you don't even have your siblings back, right?
They'll go.
They're not gonna support her.
Exactly.
They're also going to be like, chi. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
Yeah.
listen. Thank you for your stories and everything. We've bounced around a lot by society and Jaja. But I wanted to talk about this issue Nasi before time maybe appear. We were supposed to talk about this na Christopher Mrasi because no, let's talk about this. But it's not there.
Is he in Gweru?
No, he's not in there. Yeah, he said something and then he was like, we need to talk about this because I don't know where he had it away. So it was like, women are powerful, but they don't realize it till men come into the picture. It was like, women are powerful, they might be more powerful than the males, but they don't realize it until males are there.
No, the thing is, I feel like
The society has made us feel like males are the ones that give purpose to the women.
That give value to them.
Exactly, like we say, okay, you value $5.
Your value goes up.
that's
someone who's single and someone who's married.
Exactly.
Different people.
no, because when you
like Kubasa, right? I'm single. I'm single. I don't have a child. I'm sorry if you're out there and you think or you thought we were dating, guys. I'm single. I'm
Single. SINGLE.
INGO.
So if there's someone who thought you were in a relationship,
With me,
you are clarifying.
I'm single.
Okay, yes.
So-
Single.
If I'm put there and a married woman is put there, and we are to be given the same post, probably she'll be offered more than I am. Because in Indians,
dependence.
and I'm not married. Already more value is put to the one who's married because she has a man in her life. Rather than Chichi who's single. It doesn't matter what I have to bring to the table. Even if it's more valuable than the married woman. Because already social status yatosimuka tatoiswa pakatosiyana kuti ava ndimainingi uyu ndichichi.
No, but then
And you're
then
never
comes
Exactly. Respected until wakwin's my
Mrs.
ningi.
Ningi.
Thank
wait.
you.
Then there's the
Wow.
between that, you know, there's different groups of women. There's the single girl, which is you, right?
And me.
Then there's the yes and you. Then there's the divorced. There's the divorced woman who is single, right? Who
Divorcee.
yeah. Kana kuti my widows are in nani because you know as a widow you were married.
And
He died.
just not
You get what I'm saying?
at least we are kafirwa
Yes.
That's what
You
people
get what I'm
say.
saying?
So see,
Then-
widow nemuna akarorwa vanopiwa almost like the same
Yes.
Respect.
But to the same level.
inoonekwa kunge chigangvosta
Ew,
No, yes.
Jaikandaka.
No, and then there's
Abotipeka majini.
wait, hold on. Then there's the yes, wait, hold on.
Okay.
Then there's the girl who gets pregnant, who's me, right? You're not married. You're not single. You're not. I mean, I'm single.
Okay, so
very
yes.
single.
Uh-huh.
You can't. I mean, when you're pregnant, you can't date, but you're
And the
single.
thing goes,
Right?
Ameno.
Anyway, like I was saying, there's like, you know how the other day we were putting in job applications? Then what did I say?
Oh, you're like,
was
I am
like-
so happy they didn't mention anything about single mothers.
Right? Because
Yes.
a lot of people in society, it's shunned, right? So
It's
in as
frowned
much
upon.
as, like now I feel like I've grown into myself, into my voice, into like owning to the fact that, you know what?
This is who I am.
No, and I'm a mother. That's such a title.
Chimabzi.
That's the thing.
Chimabzi.
Yes. No, because it's one thing to be just, you know, a girl and whatever, and even a married woman or whatever. But those married women, most of the one thing that they you are somebody's mother. That's
Yeah.
what makes you important. It's not even your husband who makes
It's
you
your
important.
children.
It's your
What
children.
annoys me
right?
is when a
But-
woman who's like single, a single mom. Have you ever been in a situation? I've been in a number of situations like those. You bring up ideas. No, shaka. Probably there's someone who doesn't know you or someone who knows something about you.
Okay.
Turns out, but you single mom. It erases everything you've
Chero
said.
ri-
Are you for real?
You know why? For them, they're saying, to them, you made the wrong decisions. You can't make decisions.
Yeah,
So-
because
You can tell us what to do now.
Yeah, you are a single
Because,
mom.
yeah,
You can't
because
tell
a
us
man-
what
You
to do.
failed.
You
No,
bring
that's the
ideas,
thing.
You say such ones, but he's single mom.
Shit.
What's that got to do with the
It
situation?
corrodes everything else.
no, you're a single mom automatically. Because you know one thing I'm learning
Uchi
about.
maverick.
No, not even that. It means something is wrong. Because in society, for you to end up a single mom, right? It means the guy who got you pregnant is either married, right?
Oh, Galafant
Is either married
single.
or he doesn't want you.
Yeah.
He
Okay,
was
that's
pretty much just doing you without actually wanting you, right?
Without committing to you.
Without committing to you. So at the end of the day, yes, I'm one aside, pretty much, right? But I think pretty much.
Oh, I told us.
No, I'm one.
Oh, I'm one.
But he doesn't want to eat it.
Oh, yes, kudasa za rese.
Eh,
Ari kuda ngomona chete ahori gariri kuti agorila.
adi kurila. Anongoda kuti kurimona.
Ngomona chete.
Pretty much. So you become number one. Women are supposed to, like what you said, we're smart. We're very, what's the word you used? Women are
Powerful.
powerful. We're very powerful, right? So society, I remember the conversation I had with my aunts was, you were not supposed to, to even be sleeping with him. You're not supposed to be doing this with him, right? But the thing is, this is why I then said, you remember the first thing, there was back then I also said, we are also taught to be the biggest liars, right? Because half our parents' generations, how do they enter marriages?
Via pregnancy.
Mwana, right? But then the minute you say, but I'm pregnant, we were having sex, they didn't even, it stops being, it automatically, but it means he probably thinks Auntie,
Well, what does that have to do with anything?
no, wow, would it? No, but that's
No,
everything is about men.
Wow, what the man says is the final say. If you pregnant you and he leaves you, it means you are not good enough. Therefore, you are branded not good enough for everyone. Because some cheap Mambara somewhere said, I don't want you.
Yeah. And that child is supposed to be a seal.
And the child is also supposed to be a secret. Yeah. That baby is supposed to be a secret. Number one. Because then other men are not gonna find you attractive. You're not gonna find a man, and you need a man. Because I've been told, I've gone through heartbreak and pregnancy, and I'm still pregnant. Still got months to go before I give birth, but I'm also heartbroken, auntie. But already in my heartbreak, you can't breastfeed. You need to, formula feed the baby. Why? So that you find a man. Because you're supposed to, within the first first year of the baby's life, you're supposed to be married. And then I'm like,
who set those standards?
No. And I'm like, y'all do realize I got pregnant because I was in love with this man. Like, I ended up in my situation because I was in love with him. So you now automatically want me to
and you're supposed to unlock and break your heart and everything.
And you're supposed to also, I'm supposed to go through. You're supposed to go through pregnancy, right? You're supposed to get heartbroken. You're supposed to heal.
To heal from that as well.
And go back
heartbreak
again.
And then you're supposed to not attach to your baby.
Actually, it doesn't matter. Right? Even if you are healed, you just have to.
She has to go.
It's one.
No, call him again, please. You're supposed to do all of that stuff, and at the same time, you're supposed to. What is it called? You're supposed to pretend and also move on with your life. And you're not supposed to attach to the baby.
You're not supposed to heal.
Yeah, and then the baby is such a secret. You're supposed to not attach to them. And when you give birth to them, you're then supposed to give them away.
Or give them to your mom.
Or to someone.
And then you move on with your life.
So that you get back to being a hot girl, marry someone,
a new man.
They get a wedding.
What girl summer?
Whether you're happy
or you're not. Our society does not focus on our happiness. Like, it doesn't matter whether you're happy or not.
No, it's not. The woman is not allowed to be happy.
You're not.
You're not allowed to be happy.
You can't go on
and be happy in love. No, you can't. You don't marry.
No man has to be happy.
No, it's also the same for guys. I feel like a lot of men don't marry the woman that they're happy with. They're happiest with.
Social pressure.
No, it's not even about social standing. They just marry, I don't know what.
A wife who is.
I think so. Or they marry the person who understands.
Who understands too and who is socially. In society, exactly.
But look at this. In as much as I feel like my females in our society, males.
Okay.
Like you guys go through a lot. This is with my pressures right now, yes, but then I feel like you are serious. Because whatever, and I'm not going to give her the love that I'm supposed to give her because I don't love her like that.
I'll just go out
to
do
it stressed again
for the
family. Exactly. Like the way he told me he loves me, he doesn't even spend time with me.
No, but the thing is, Bazano, not even Mazano, Munanenga Arorwa, as this is not Basa, he doesn't love me. He chose me.
And which is
that's
wrong.
A picture of society.
You chose,
But
exactly.
Because the thing is, the worst thing, the saddest thing is that what taught. He said he's on the way.
The small as a
banana. I'm got a Richmond. Pick up and come town. Remember?
No, but as long as picture ndaita kuti ndarorwa chichi and he picks me even if chance anga nevasikana 3 but azochuza taviso
Wood, they now get off my back. I'm done with them.
Yes.
But in the house, you're stressed.
you are stressed.
Put those people first instead of putting
yourself first.
You know, I think this year was the first time of my life where I reached a moment where I was willing to settle. When I say willing to settle, I literally mean I was willing to accept bullshit.
Or like, okay, let me just
No,
do
for
it.
safety, for the safety of society.
Okay.
To feel safe in society. I was willing to accept it. But then when push came to shove, the pride in me just wouldn't fight for the bullshit. I was just like, nah, it can go. But I was
Like, settle how?
settle for the bullshit, like kubzvibvuma.
Zvese zvauri kunzi ndozvaunofanira kuita, you like, okay, ndakuita kwacho.
Ndakatadza. When push came to shove, kunzi, okay, here comes the choosing moment.
Choose this.
Choose now,
This is
chirwa, because
society's
you have to
option.
fight it. Yes, pick. I couldn't do it. I was like, nah.
And that was good for
Let
her
it pass
because
me.
people end up being people end up being sad in their marriages. That's why divorce rate is high.
Yep.
That's why people end up sucking it up kuti my murume wangu is abusive.
Yes.
Murume wangu is chi. But ndakabva kumba ndichinzi uri respectable kana uri mainingi. Marriages munotoshingwa mwanangu. Varume ndo zvavatori. Unotofanira kutoshinga semukadzi. That's why there was a time, I don't know, I think I was still in school. Some 2-3 years back. Pakaita wave yekuti vanhu vaiuraiwa domestic violence, and there was a statement yandakafarira hanzi we have to teach our children that it is better to come back home from a failed marriage than in a coffin.
Yeah, true story.
Pana picture yandakaona. Let me show you this. Let me just show you this picture, and then you guys are going to interpret it how you interpret it.
Munotourayana chete one pakati penyu.
This is the same person. Before and after marriage.
Ungati munhu wani nozongoona nebone structure yeface.
Because a lot of
What can you say about it?
I can-
That was
I can-
before she was married. Now she's a mining.
Ungofona.
Look at how she looks.
And now I don't know kuti chichakaitika marriage imomo.
Kuti
I
probably she settled for my precious
can't even
society.
speak on
Kuti
it, yeah.
kwanzi nguva yako yafamba wakuchifana kukurogwa.
Because she looks like she was someone who was actually educated. and
atori necareer
spent up,
yake everything zvese bo and then
Yeah, but then for a man to have to be, so what are women are powerful? For a man to have power over you, what does he have to do? Attack your mind. Yes, attack your mind. If he gets you to a point where you're low enough to accept the shit, and then you calm down. Cheda, was it you I was talking to yesterday about how I've got a cousin who she's got 3 kids now. She's yellow. Everything. Nice body, fit. You know, she was a fitness bunny. That's where my little sister got it from. Got married. She's a chartered accountant. Got married. You know, they were my first. She was a virgin even. Because I remember, I like right? So it's literally she's like not
epitome of excellence.
epitome of excellence.
Yes,
Auntie.
in society.
Right now they are 6 years into their marriage, 3 kids in. The husband, when she was pregnant with their third child, he told her she should stop working, auntie.
So she's
Because
not
vana that type of thing. Sisi listened to him. I think maybe how you're a mom, you're working,
and you're basically urikupinzawo mari mumba naye arikupinza mari mumba, but iwewe you then do everything else.
But now
kuvana pamba chi he doesn't do anything.
now if you see her, auntie, you can't recognize her.
You're lying.
You can't.
She's not the same person.
I'm sorry, Kazi, if you ever listen to this, because I'm not talking about you in a bad way. I'm just trying to teach somebody out there.
Awareness.
That, that it's and the husband now, he cheats.
Like no men's.
Like, no, he doesn't come home. She starts, hacha wikumba, hacha di, handibati.
I actually know someone
Automatically,
here in Gweru who does that.
No,
yeah, automatically, what does that do to your wife? That strong girl that you married, what does it do to her?
It dies.
The mentality. She's now weak. She
Ah,
becomes because
self-esteem
Yeah.
yawo futhi inodona.
nyoka iya inenge ichinzi yakaenda kuna Eve. It wasn't a snake. It was Adam. Because he got power over her mind and he found a way to weaken it, and he did, and now he had control. Do you get what I'm saying? The easiest way for a man to gain power is to weaken your mindset.
That
So the
is
minute a
very
man
true.
can break you, he now wants you. He'll stick to you. He'll stick
Because he's
I
broke.
He'll stick to you.
I wanna pose a question.
He'll stick to you.
And honestly, how many people have the same mindset?
Na, na, na,
Yeah,
na,
which
na.
means if I see a beautiful butterfly, like it's very rare, will I catch it and put it in a bottle or a glass bottle just to see it, or will I let it be and let it fly? Most people, I
What do
want
you
to see it
prefer?
every day. I just want to see
I
its
agree.
beauty. But
What?
me just wanting to see its beauty,
Alright.
I'm stifling it. It's
Alright,
gonna die
time.
soon because it's not in. It's not.
It's not butterfly.
It's not free anymore. We
Why
say
trying to
there was this
confuse the
there's a
environment?
statement. We say we love the rain, but we carry an umbrella when it rains. We say we love the sunshine, but we sit in the shade.
Block exactly.
We say we love the wind, but we close the windows when it blows. So it's one of those you love something. Some men love you to the point that they put you in a cage, and they just want to see you there. Not you being. They saw you being you and they liked it, but now they want to just cage you and put you in a cage, and just like the butterfly. But you're gonna die soon because of all that suffocating and you're stifling me. Let me be, and you'll see more of my beauty.
That's a dope example.
It's a very dope example. But then with our men, the thing is, this man, right? Once he breaks you, Cheza, Auntie, once he breaks you, and now you are going to be agati jamba, jamba.
Not how high.
Because you're trying to keep him
that's
inside the
slave
house. You're trying
Slave
to beg him.
And,
You're now.
and it's not even muma
Yeah.
marriage chete. Muma relations mambo na no kuti
Starts
anoti.
there.
I have to you go above and beyond kuti arambe ari mom relationship tichidana.
But no, look at this thing now. Kuti, some males might not even change, and some females might not even change. But for the next generation, the best thing to do, the woman is the one who's supposed to be empowered.
No.
Like,
No.
vakadzi mufanira kuempower to an extent yekuti you don't take bullshit from the male.
But the thing is, in
But
as
men
much
should
as
stop
we
being
want to
bullshit.
say that, the one thing that we are still going to forever be taught is that marriage is good. And another thing that we're not allowed to discuss is how good sex is.
No,
No,
those are
it's-
taboo moments, but
No.
taboo topics,
No, it's
but then
not-
they should be talked
No,
about.
it's because it's not even taboo. It's important because we're not taught to. We're not allowed to embrace the fact that I'm in love with you, so I love having sex with you,
You exactly.
right? And it makes me attached to you because me as the woman that I am, I'm a nurturer. So the minute that I'm close to you and we're having constant sex, I'm attached to you. I want you all the time. I want to be in your. I'm gonna become a wuss for you, right? I'm gonna be just submission, automatically, especially if you're treating me well, right? But then there comes the thing, all right. We can empower ourselves all we want, but zvatarwa nakundi kuti the women avanowana ma-kitchen party, ma-bridal shower, tinodzidzisiwa ande. Ndiyena kudzidzisa imi. We can empower women all we want, but the thing about women is, like you said, we're powerful, but the man is our biggest enemy.
Exactly.
The snake in our lives is the man.
And they should be taught
Because they're
as
not
well.
also
Yes,
also
because-
should be taught.
Because it's just true. This one, we know what we're doing, but the man is not being taught, my guy.
No, but you know, the males actually get attached as well to the women to an extent of I'm not going to control it, because that same submission you give to the males after.
But how rare is that?
Do you know why it's rare? Because the men were told, Kuti, you should go and have sex with all the women around.
But yeah, that's
But they actually get attached as well.
But the thing is,
They
You
get
men
attached.
really do get
Yeah,
attached. How?
let me tell you one thing. This is what I believe. Sex will get you attached, whether you like it or not.
Whether you're male or female.
That's why you see even munhu anogona kuraira side chick rake. Like sex will get you attached.
okay, but here's my
But men are not
here's-
taught.
Okay, but here's what I want. The point I wanted to bring about is you said you think that women
should
need to
be
be empowered. No,
Full
women.
time, eh?
Our girls are empowered right now. That's why men are starting to cry nowadays, because girls have become so empowered.
Sorry.
Auntie.
Yeah.
But men are not being taught. Kuti, it's okay to be a
deal with
good
an empowered
person.
woman.
No, and it's also okay to love one woman, man.
Exactly.
okay.
That's exactly what I'm
It's
trying to say.
okay.
'Cause men are not being taught
No,
those
no
things.
one tells you, because we want to raise kids that are like, no man, you know what? Kuva hure is not life.
Exactly.
Amen.
It's not
Those are
it.
the society
Amen.
Well,
values
it doesn't make
It's
you a
okay
man.
to love one woman.
It doesn't make you a man
It
to
does
love one
not.
woman. It fucks with your head.
It does.
It's okay to appreciate the fact that this girl is in love with me.
Alright, Shuggaa. You know what? I think we're going to have another podcast this week. This is separate from this one. Yanasi podcast.
Very rarely.
Let me cut because of our time.
Okay.
Here you
Yeah,
go.
we will continue some other
When
time.
are we
some other
leaving?
I don't
day.
have a lot
we
of
can
it,
do
you
that.
know.
I think
Now,
that
putting
we
up
can
4
have this
minutes.
conversation on Zoom.
Zoom.
Yeah, we'll
Zoom.
we'll continue to name my topics and stuff. And those topics we're supposed to discuss today, we can discuss them some other time. But this